off to Joann Fabrics for an order pickup of the last bit of yarn that I need for our 100 Night to Halloween countdown crochet along. Today officially marks 150 days to Halloween. Yeah, just let that sink in for a second. I also saw last night, as I was just looking through their site, because I am on there pretty much every single day now, just to see if there's any new home decor stuff and also fabric. I am just like super shook that it is not out yet. I want to get going on some of my sewing makes. A few of them are going to take a while, so I'm going to need some time, especially because I'm just getting back into sewing. Like, I need all the time to get that ready, and then also like I'm just gonna have mistakes. It happens. They had a big sale this weekend on the fabric, so I kept looking at that, seeing if there might be something. And then last night I saw two, I think they're new. One of them was black with a cat that had a witch hat on it, and the only reason I think that might be new is, other than the fact that I'm on that site all the time staring at the fabric since last year, there was a hand towel that had that exact same cat on it, and that is 100% new for this year. And the other one was black fabric with assorted tiny pumpkins in all sorts of colors. Both of them are cotton, so I haven't seen any of the Super Snuggle fleece or the like anti-pilling blizzard fleece, which I do want to get some of those to crochet some edging onto that to make a bunch of new throw blankets to have around the house. Then I need to come back real quick. Like, I can't really stay out too long today. I have a lot of editing to do. I want to say, I think I have 2 videos. I don't know. I need to do my full planning for the day. We're going to do that real quick before I go to Joann's, just so I know the time limit that I have, because if they do have new fabric, I'm going to want to look through all of that for a little bit, but I got to keep going. I also need to go for a run today. We're gonna stick with this program. It's fine. We're still having fun. Honestly, it will be fun today because it's raining and I love running in the rain. Started a new podcast today too. I've only gotten into 1 episode. Each episode is like 35 minutes, which is more than enough time for me to get my run in, like start to finish. So with stretching and everything, stretching before and after, that adds about 20 minutes on either side. So probably 2 episodes I'll be able to get through. Also, we had a code orange this weekend for Marshalls online, which is kind of bizarre. Normally we'll see that at Home Goods first. There was only a couple of pieces, but the ghost pillows that everyone was freaking out about last year, that's back on there. A little cat skeleton pillow. I think there were some hand towels too. I don't know. I've never ordered anything online from like that whole franchise. Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Marshalls. I've never done anything online. It's just like a store that I like to go and browse through the stuff, and like whatever's there is there. Game of chance type of thing for Halloween. That ghost pillow is on my list of things to sew this year. I did find a pattern that looked relatively easy, and I just need to get some Sherpa fabric. But that's like after all of my other things that I have planned are done. So if I work it up, cool, but it's not high on my list to finish. I just thought they were super cute, and after I purchased the pattern, I was like, okay, this is really easy to make. I can do this. Those also went super fast last year. I don't know, they're cute, they're adorable, I get it. And I only saw 1 or 2 variations of it. I think I saw the hot pink and the slime green. The slime green one though, it was a little bit thinner than the other ones, which is why I passed on it. And it had that blanket attached to it. But no, I think I waited for a reason. We're gonna hand make them this year. Where else? I saw one other place that had a tiny code orange. Costco. Just like 1 piece though. Very much so hoping that they're gonna have the Nightmare Before Christmas plushies at Costco this year. I don't know that they will, just because that was like for the 30th anniversary. But either way, like I just hope they have some sort of giant plushie.
there was quite a bit of Halloween fabric out. The ones that I saw online, it was only like 1 or 2, but here we had almost 2 full rows of new Halloween cotton fabric. One of the projects that I want to make is a covering for my ironing board, and like this is the fabric that I was waiting to come out. The retro cat, very big fan of that. Obviously the black and orange, that was my favorite just because it's totally classic. It's going to be a fun statement piece throughout the entire year in my house. But that teal, I don't know, I thought I wouldn't like it, but seeing it in person, I kind of do. We had a little whimsical goth moment too with the skulls and the pastel pink with spider webs all over it. Actually, there were a couple pieces that had that same feel to it. Found the classic I love pumpkin spice everything fabric. I've never done anything with those, but I feel like I should make a tote or a market bag or something with that, especially when I go pumpkin picking this year. It just, I don't know, it just feels like it's a must, you know? Again, now that I'm sewing, I have a lot of little projects like this that I could use all of this cotton fabric for. Everything was 25% off already. They didn't have any more Halloween home decor or anything new. They just had that entire witchy line out. And of course, I got my pickup of yarn. I'm using the Big Twist Value yarn. Same as we did for our projects last year. The blanket just held up really well, even though it's not an anti-pilling yarn. And there are so many colors. I think there's like 32 color options there. So we have a soft gray, I think it's called grape. Yeah, grape, slime green, obviously, but I had a ton of that at home, so I didn't need to get any more of that. And a black. I thought I had more than enough of this, but only 2.5 skeins, which is not going to go very far. And the color name of that is just black. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, half of the square. I could just finish this up. Okay, no, I do need to stop. I was planning on going to bed at midnight tonight, a little bit earlier than I normally do, and it is now 3:30 in the morning. I mean, it says a lot about this project that I enjoyed a lot. I've completed a total of 4 today. I'm not counting the half because yesterday I had 3.5 squares done. Today, not including this little thing here, I have 4 more to add to it. So really, what, 3.5 squares tomorrow to finish up? And then this project is done. Unless I want to do a border on it, which I don't know. I think it looks good just by itself. The C2C stitch has enough texture going on with it, and also with the gradient. I think if I put a border on it, it might kind of distract from all of that. I don't know, but I got time to think about that. I have just been pulling from this project now. I was going to sit down and cake the whole thing up, but I'm like, no, that's silly. Little bit worried about it since it is that like very fluffy type of yarn. And sometimes when you have to cake up this type of yarn, it'll get stuck all the time or it's just like impossible to pull apart. But this one has not been bad at all. Like, I can go rows at a time without getting a compressed stitch. And maybe it has something to do with this project I used a half double crochet. Maybe that was just really nice with it. Like, I could just keep doing this all day, you know? The only part that I've had a little trouble with is where I've attached 2 pieces of yarn together. That part, obviously, there's a knot there, so I have to stop and kind of be careful around it. But otherwise, I mean, I've worked with much worse yarn, caking everything back up. So that's why I didn't put it on my automatic one. I just thought that it would be a little bit too much for this yarn and potentially like snap it or stretch certain spots, but it hasn't. So maybe I'll do that with the rest of it actually. So I am off to bed. Let me know, what do we think? Border? No border for this blanket? Otherwise, I'm gonna sleep on that and I will see you on my next video.